Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to another session of Create 30. Today we are 22 days in, and that is so significant. Every day gets more exciting, every day gets more fire, and today we're going to be talking about something that is so important and so core to the creator experience. Because, hey, what are creators without the community? I mean, if the community did not exist, we would just be putting our work out there and nobody sees it, right? So the community is one of the most fundamental parts of being a creator is the community that comes with it. People that see your work, people that resonate with your message, people that come together and you guys build a tribe of people that want to see the same change happen in the world. What unites you is that message, that voice, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Because let's be honest, any creator that doesn't prioritize community is just transactional, and at the end of the day, they're shooting themselves in the foot because you can manipulate the algorithm and make people um you can make people have to click on your video and make people have to watch and make people, psychologically manipulate people into getting all the views you want, you get all the money you want. But at the end of the day, when it comes to making changes that truly matter, it comes down to understanding audience, understanding your community, and building a tribe. I'm a creator that prioritizes community. So I want to tell you a couple of things about community and how you should be thinking about community as a creator, how you can optimize for um, maximizing your community, maximizing raving fans. I think more than even Isaac the creator, what we have done at Christ Culture, how there's a community bond and there is so much love and so much passion. There are so many transferable things that I can take from all my experiences and pour into this life. So I hope you are ready. The topic is serving the audience. Serving the audience. And when you think about serving the audience, it always starts with the why. And I wrote here the difference between one that sticks around and one that doesn't. The one that insists on making a change and the one that gives up is the why. The difference between somebody that stays around long enough, builds something sustainable, that makes sustainable impact, that is not just here today and then in 2 years' time we can't remember who that person is. I think there are periods in um my journey where I've encountered creators where they seem so big in their time, right? They were the face of Instagram or the face of TikTok. Their content was everywhere. I can paint some particular pictures in my head, but I don't want to call them out because I wouldn't want to. But right now, I can't remember the last time my mind went to them. I can't remember the last time I thought about them. Right? The difference between creators that would make that kind of impact and the difference between creators that would make impact that would be weighty in terms of the impact they have, and creators that um just fade away with time is the why. The difference between creators that insist on making sure that they make a change in the world and creators that give up along the way when it gets tough is the why. Is your why big enough? Because your why will be tested. So you want to take a moment and think about your why. Is your why big enough? Because your why would be tested. Just before our live, just a few minutes, and I thank God for his love and mercy, but before the stream, the power went out. There was no electricity in my house, and it was 8 minutes, it was less than 8 minutes to the stream time. And the truth is that there are some days that things might not work according to how you want it to go. There are days where, for example, the other day where I was streaming and my data finished, right? There are so many things that could happen, but the only reason why I would come back the next day is because of my why. So I'm asking you this evening, is your why strong enough? Because it will be tested. It will be tested. So you can't think about serving your audience if you don't start from a why. because your why is what connects you to your audience. The reason why you create is what connects you to anyone, right? The problem you want to solve in the world is what connects you to anyone. If you're a Christian creative, your why is probably to take the gospel to the ends of the earth, right? You leverage media to spread the gospel. That is your why. That is what connects you with anyone. That is what puts anyone that comes into your ecosystem into perspective. That gives you a mission. So start with your why. I would also say create with empathy. Create with empathy. What problem do you want to solve? How are you going the extra mile to empathize with your audience? Are you willing to go the extra mile to do research that no one else will? To find stuff, to break down simple concepts, to inspire, to educate. Creating with empathy is selfless. It's the one that would celebrate one follower making progress as much as you celebrate 1,000 new followers. So creating with empathy. Creating with empathy stems from seeing the people that resonate with your content or with what you put out, not just as numbers. Oh, I hit 5k followers. It's not just 5k as a number. There are 5,000 individual people like you, people that have needs and problems and desires, people that in one way or the other you can either impact their lives in a big way or in a not so big way. They are real people. If you start a stream, creating with empathy here, if you post a video, let's be honest, if you post a video and one person watches, just one person watches, is the general position of the creator in this time and age to look at that post as a failure? To say that, oh, in some sense, good messages spread, but in some sense, there are some things that are out of your control. Like, you can make the best video and nobody sees it. It's out of your control. Do you understand? So we do the best with the knowledge we have, but at the same time, back to what I was saying, if one person watches, just one single person watches, and let's say you are a creator that teaches about finance, you teach about how people can better their finance, right? And you teach a very important framework that literally changed your life, changed the way you viewed finances, and one person watched. If that one person goes ahead to apply that concept and their life changes, how big is that feat? Do you understand? Do you know the magnitude of you directly impacting one individual? Talk less of 20, of 30, of 40, of 50, of 100. We're having posts that have 3,000 views on TikTok. We're having posts on Instagram that have 10,000 views, right? Think I've had a post like that. How much more 10,000 of these people seeing and resonating with your content? So when you create with empathy, you understand that as much as numbers are good, you are creating for individual people. Therefore, you empathize with them in the area that you are catering to. It's service to them, and it makes you to go the extra mile. So I would go the extra mile to research things that people might not easily have access to. When you're creating with empathy, it goes from how many views can I get? How many views can I get to lead you to, create a lot, but there's no depth. To just get, okay, you're trying to get quantity so that many people will engage, and so that you can put as many videos, get many views, and get monetized, etc. Right? There's a place for creating quantity from a mindset of practice, from a mindset of getting your reps in, getting better. But a person that creates with empathy as much as you put in the reps, you also go deep because you deeply care about your audience. You deeply care about the person on the other side of the camera. And the creator that creates with empathy is the creator that actually wins. Because let me tell you something. Beyond just, see, this thing we're doing, this creator thing we're doing, where it's not just a cute thing. It's not just, oh, cute. We're creating cute little videos. The matters we talk about, the things we talk about are things that actually impact people's life. Do you know the gravity of that? That someone's life can actually be impacted. That someone can be scrolling YouTube and they stumble upon a Kreate video. They watch it, they are inspired to create their own stuff. And they go ahead, they create, they discover that, wow, their purpose in life was actually to be a creator. And they chart their whole life journey in that direction. The course of someone's life literally changed because of that. If you have that mindset, you're going to go deep into catering for the people that engage with your content or resonate with your content. That's what it means to create with empathy, and that is the core of building a strong community. Because let me tell you, people can sniff it. People know when the creator actually cares about them. I can tell when the creator is just trying to make bar. And the creators that deeply care are the ones that I would connect personally with. And more than you think you do, you need those super fans. You need those people that are deeply connected. You need those people that would fly out to another state because you have an event. Those people that would share all the time and always turn up. You need those people, even if they are 1 or 2 or 5. But you can't get to that point without empathy. So we create with empathy. We also create with respect. Respect for the person's time. The fact that someone clicked on a video means that even though the video is free, the person decided to click. So that means you have a responsibility to make the time that they spend engaging with your content count. Make it count. To the best of your ability, make it count. That's why we would want to go the extra mile to make a video good, to make it enjoyable, make it inspirational, make it empowering. Make it count. Make it count. Alright, so create with empathy. So now let's talk about community. Let's talk about the core of community. One of the most fascinating things, and I said it before, about creating is community. You get to connect with people from different walks of life. Some so familiar, some it feels like, oh, I know this kind, I know this type of person. And some are so different. You're like, wow, I've never in my life met someone like you. You get to connect, grow together, build something worth it. Don't ever in the drive for more neglect your community. Don't ever in the drive for more neglect your community. Your super fans, the ones that are rooting for you, that's the core of your community. Nurture it. So this third point is nurturing your community. Nurturing the relationships. Nurturing your community. Watching the garden that is not tended to doesn't grow. Growth comes from nurturing. And that's what some of us fail to understand. Because there's a tendency for you to be so focused on growth that you neglect the little. Like, okay, you have 20 followers. And you are so driven to get to 100 followers, 200 followers, that you forget to nurture the 20. The 20 will drop comments and you just neglect them. You are trying to get to the next. Someone takes out their time to drop an insightful comment, a thoughtful comment, and you don't, take the time to acknowledge it, to engage with them. So these are signs that in your bid for striving, you're neglecting the community. But how can growth come if you don't nurture? It's like you are trying to grow carpet grass on a field, and you plant individual seeds, one area starts growing, the other area not so much. Carpet grass is a runner, right? Then because you want more, you decide not to water the side that is growing. You leave it there and you are trying to plant more seeds. Do you understand? The better strategy would be to nurture the little part that has grown, and the runners would start to spread. The runners would start to spread. And even though slowly, even though incrementally, eventually the whole field will be covered with that grass. That's the thing. So you have two people watching your video, be very grateful. I'm not saying be complacent. I'm not saying don't seek to grow, but be grateful for those individuals and nurture those relationships. Nurture those relationships. What are the problems that your followers are trying to solve? What ways can you be there? Do you repost them on their birthdays? Do you say happy new month to them? Those are little things, but sometimes they matter a big deal. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So the core of community is nurture. And some of the creators that are making the most impact might not have the biggest following, but they have. I was looking at a stat today. There's an amazing creator. I've forgotten her name. There's an amazing creator, and some of the stats on her content were that, number one, about 70% of her audience watch her content on TVs, right? So on YouTube, on TVs. So that means they actually settle down in their sitting room to put it on. So when they are turning on the TV, they go to watch their content. Number two, another stat that even blew my mind is that 90% of her viewers are returning viewers. So that means people week in, week out sit down to watch her content. Do you understand? This might not be the biggest creator in the world, but I can tell you that this creator has a strong community, because you can psychologically manipulate people to click on one video, but you cannot psychologically manipulate people to watch every single video you put out. It takes actually being connected at the very core. And this is the fun. So community is built on nurturing. And how do you nurture? Back to our point, empathy. Empathy. So let's talk about a few ways to nurture your community. This is big. And you want to write it down. Number one, engage with your community on stories, DMs, and comments. It's not just enough to put out, right? You need to interact. Interact on stories. Stories is a very amazing invention. It's a very powerful platform to interact. And stories have many widgets, many things you can do. In fact, tomorrow's class were specifically focusing on stories, because stories are they are bigger than you even think. Stories are powerful. Comments are amazing. In fact, let me tell you a hack to comment. Number one, especially as a growing creator, you want to comment to every single person, except trolls, of course. Block trolls. I think one sign that you're growing is that trolls start coming, right? Today I saw one, and I was just laughing. I was like, okay, we're growing. But of course I blocked the guy. What was the guy saying? I forgot it. But yeah, respond to every comment, and thoughtfully, not just fire emoji. If the person does fire emoji, of course you can just do thanking hand emoji. But when people take time to think and comment, take time to also think and respond, right? But not only that, sometimes you would want to check out the profiles of the people that are commenting too. Many times they are creators as well, and you want to also comment on their videos. Do you understand? So this is a way to build relationships. I have a particular creator friend that for 2 years now, I think we always comment on each other's posts. Sometimes we would even start conversations in comments and we'll move it to DM, right? So this is just one individual. You might say, oh, it's not a big number, but the thing is, even when you eventually grow, the thing you'd love to do with everybody the way you want to interact with everybody, at least do it with the few people that you can. Do you understand? And there are people that are phenomenal at this, that will know their followers' names. Notice the people that are repeating, comments. The people that are always there, they are always posting, they're always reposting. Notice them. Always acknowledge. Strike up conversations. Sometimes you might have in more common interests that you know. Do you understand? So it's not just about like posting, post and disappear. Sometimes it's wise to even delegate specific time after posting to just interact. Of course, you don't want to spend forever on the platform, but yeah, just like you post, in the next 30 minutes, just interact, go to other people's posts. It's not just your comments. Other people interact with their posts. Bigger creators that you look up to. Tell them how much you love their posts. Tell them how their posts have impacted you. Do you understand? This is how to build community. I think one of the biggest spurts of growth I had on Instagram was because of this amazing creator, Becca Nenza. And he just started in comments. I don't know him from anywhere. I think somebody reposted one of his videos, and then his videos always helped me, and I'll always comment. And over time, he noticed, and then him too, he would start commenting. He would be reposting and he had a big following. So he would repost my videos. People would be like, oh, who is this guy? They'll come and follow. Another guy too, Creative Serve. So people that you look up to, you also, interact with their content, and they start to notice. Do you understand? This is, you can grow what you do through network and through interactions. You can't do it by just hacking the algorithm. So it's not just a thing of numbers. Do you understand? It's a thing of relationships. Number 2, so DMs, comments. Number 2, be interested in your community members, not just their likes. Be actually interested in your community members, not just their likes. So this is Kreate, and we have Create community, and I can tell you that I'm very much interested in what every member of Create community is doing, right? You can ask them. I'll even go to their group and be disturbing them that why have they not posted yet. Do you understand? So I'm just using that as an example, not to say, oh, Isaac is perfect or Isaac is the beacon, but that is to challenge you to also be more intentional about how you approach your community. Actually care for them. Actually care about their well-being. Empathize with them. Boils down to empathy. Number 3, share your journey. Share your journey. Share your wins, your struggles, and sometimes even your losses. Share your journey. This can be done on stories. It can be done on individual posts. Share your journey. How is it going? What's it like? What are the challenges you face? You're a human being. Sometimes, let's say you're creating a very niche. You are very niche, right? You're creating content about microphones, best microphones, microphone tests, comparing microphones. And that's very niche, right? It's easy to just go down that rabbit hole and become more a character than a person. Become more an idea than a personality. Do you understand? So you need to be, as much as you add value, you also need to be a person. You need to be authentic. So you share your wins, share your genuine excitement. Oh my God, guys! We did it! We actually did Create 30. It's like a dream, right? Share it. People love to celebrate with you. Share your struggles. Guys, I'm really struggling with this thing. I find this difficult. Is there any, people can reach out to help, even if people don't, they'll connect with you. They understand you're a human being too. And sometimes you share your losses. So this doesn't mean, always, the reason you share your losses is not because you are always looking for, sympathizers online. I think the best place to get sympathy is, with your actual close circle, right? Your friends, people that know you personally, not like trying to always get it from strangers online. But at the same time, especially when there are things you have grown from, I think sharing your losses can help people grow as well. Sharing mistakes can help people grow. and just sharing the way you dealt, even if like there's no remedy for what happened, like, oh, your studio caught fire and you shared it. It's not like people are going to learn, don't allow your studio to catch fire, except there was a specific mistake that caused that. But you can just learn, people can just learn how you are dealing with it, right? So this is the way I'm thinking about it, this is my philosophy around it, and this is how I'm healing, right? People can also go through traumas and they understand with you. Empathy boils down to empathy. So number 4 is something we'll talk about the day after tomorrow more in depthly, but that's building what I call off-platform independent hubs or independent communities. As much as you build communities online, you should also have a hub where people can connect, no matter how small. It can be in the app, like Instagram has this community. Um, Instagram has this. I think you can join people's communities like in DMs, right? Instagram has that, but other platforms might not necessarily have something like that. Somewhere that is not public, like you and your tribe can relate, right? That's I'll talk more about the importance of that and how it fits into the bigger picture, because there's so many arguments for that, and but that's not today's topic. So today, basically, what we have learned is that as much as um as much as strategy and numbers are important, they are very important, don't get me wrong, very important. It's very important to grow in your views, to grow in your followership, to grow in the quality of content, in the engagement. Those are important. Numbers are important, metrics are important, but I'm saying people that consist of these numbers are not just numbers, they are people. And some of the creators that would actually make a change in their world are people that understand community. The creator that knows their audience the best wins. Why do they win? Because they're able to cater to them, and there's reciprocity, meaning that if I give, the odds are that when I need, people are even looking for opportunities to give back. Have you received something so intense, so powerful, and you're like, why is this thing free? And you're like, you wish you could give back. You're looking for avenues to give back. So this builds reciprocity, and community just builds a stronghold, right? You are strengthened, you are encouraged by your community. When you are faltering, you have people in your community that spur you on, people that encourage you. You need that as a creator, and your community needs you, your tribe needs you. So you need to show up for your tribe, you need to show up for the people that you're catering to, and you can't do that without empathy. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Honestly, I genuinely appreciate you. I could as well be in my room talking to myself, but you're here on the other side listening to what I have to say. Like, who is this guy that you're listening to what he has to say? But yet, here you are. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. And if you want to dive deeper into being a part of this tribe, being a part of this movement, because we are beyond just, like I said, we're not just doing a cute little thing. We are people that are making changes in the world through media. We're people that are actually impacting our world through media. We believe that media is a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool for influence. It's a powerful tool for culture shaping. And because of that, we want to have as many good people, high quality people, excellent people, amazing people have this tool in their hands. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. We want them inspired and supercharged to change their world. So welcome to Create Community. And if you want to be a part of that, please click the link in the description. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you tomorrow where we talk about in-depth stories and how you can leverage that for community. See you on the next one. Bye bye.
How was today's session? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section. Now, to ensure that you put everything you learned into practice, we are building a community of creators just like me and you that come together to keep each other accountable, to share ideas, and to grow together. The name of this community is called Kreate Community. To be a part of this community is simple and it's free. All you have to do is click the link pinned in the live chat or the link in the description. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Bye.